to go over here. Let me see the... Okay, I did change that. Sweet. Hit the thumbs up button. Top chat. Live chat. Morning, Joe. I got to get over to my FinViz, and then I got to copy all these things over. Oh, Penny. Ooh, Penny. Somebody's making Penny crazy here. Run, run, run. Costco. We got green shoots today. Ooh, but after a bad day yesterday. Bye-bye. But I've got good notes from yesterday. I want to look at SMCI too. Did I put SMCI? SMCI pullback. Okay, I got it. Dun, dun, dun. We're going to start out with some scans. Two stocks I love. Boeing, and what was the other one? Let me look at my texts. Oh, I'm going to include that in the newsletter too. Don't like that. Let's see. And Netflix. Do I have to bring you a second bed now? I'm going to put my Do Not Disturb. Rumors about Schwab. Bond. Okay. I've got XLU. I think XLU. We'll talk about it. I mean, it's only made up of 30 stocks. XLU. So it might be an opportunity. I gotta get started on these scans. I only got a half hour to do scans, but it's not like there's gonna be a lot that crossed up yesterday. It was a nightmare of a day. Boeing crossed up. Boeing had a good day in the face of a really bad day yesterday. That was crazy. Energy's pulling back. And the energy, buy energy, HIBS. Got to cross up. This is the short of the S&P 500. And listen, you bought down here, Hibbs, at 35 in September. You're still in that. You're at 50. Great play on that one. Low cost Vanguard, anything. Wow. And I did give myself a haircut last night. Man, I had a lot of hair on myself. Uber's under 44. Exxon back at 114. United Health, we'll talk about United Health. I got a United Health note. Tesla, I got a note on Tesla. Qualcomm, AMD, and NVIDIA, I got notes on that one about demand in China. PXD, I continue to say pound the table on that one. I think we're going to get a special dividend. Let's see. PXD, Oxy. I don't know Devon. I mean, Devon is getting killed for some reason, and I don't know why. Let me see if there's any news on this. I mean, Devon's just getting destroyed. Let's see AP Finance. Let's see if they give a reason. Discover Financial Services up $4.20. They did really well yesterday. Devon energy companies fell broadly along with crude oil prices. Yeah. I mean, nobody's giving a reason why Devon isn't getting back over 50. Here, let's see.
Hey, Mad Money fans, check the bottom of your screen for an exclusive offer. Next.
Lightning round. I think this is where he said.
Before we start the lightning round, there's something really exciting I want to share with you today. The reason it's so special is because it's just for you, Mad Money viewers. You always hear me talking about the work I do or feature exclusive to club members, and today that's.
Have refined their operations, generating healthy cash flow, as we know. Oil's up 13% last month, but this company's down 6%. Thoughts on Devon Energy?
You know what? I think that this is time for Devon to be able to break out of the purgatory here. I think the stock is low enough. It had a bad quarter. It's being punished endlessly. That's wrong. Brad in Georgia. Brad.
Yeah. I mean, he's right. He's right. I like Devon here. I do. I'm going to put that in the ones that I like. Okay, so we got the low-cost Vanguard. Spider sectors. Did XLU did not cross up. Let's look at my not owned. Lee crossed up. Boeing crossed up. Micron crossed up. No, I'm not going to include those. Okay, we'll stop that. We'll do the Dow. I think Boeing's going to be the only one in the Dow. Visa. And Boeing, Visa. Let's look at the NASDAQ. MU. We'll put MU in there. It's a chip. I mean, what's BATR? Oh, this is the Braves one. They're in the playoffs. They're in the playoffs. So, can't argue with that one. Let's see. Do S&P. Then I've got to take. This one still works for some reason. Oh, yeah, it does. Huh. TrendSpider. There we go. Come on, S&P, scan already. LIN. This is Lindy. Is that a I forget what Lindy does. They're a chemical company. $420 price target trading at 372. UNP. It's been beaten down enough. Abbott, I'm not gonna recommend Abbott. Okay, there's our scans. So we got 5 stocks in the scans: BA, HIBS, V, MU, UNP. And let's go back to strategy tester. Yes. And we'll go to 4 hour. Run it. And then we're going to look at SPY. Wah, wah, wah. Devon's down at 1.4. And the other oil's down? Yeah. I mean, we talked, from here, it's up 7%, but you've lost all confirmation. There we go. I'm going to include that. Bum, bum, bum. What else do I have? I've got pre-market digest, which I should pull up. Let's see. I'm going to move you to a black screen. Big Cam. Let's go to gmail.com. And we'll go over to that email address. And pre-market summary. There we go. Wah, wah. Okay. And I'll bring it back over. And let's get some of these web articles up. Boom. Copy. Boom. Okay. Okay, we got NVIDIA, AMD, Qualcomm, Netflix, Meta, Tesla, all to talk about after SPY. Let's see. I'm going to take a picture of this. And then we'll bring that down. Where's my downloads? Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. Okay. Bump. We got that. Oof. Okay. There's no chatty people in here today. Joe's probably on a freaking boat. Joe, I had 2 rounds of tuna yesterday. I had tuna fish for lunch, and then I had tuna for dinner. Wow, Q3 Bronco sales up 24.8%. Q3 auto sales up 7.7%. You're telling me we're in a weak economy? And you got auto sales up almost 10%? Come on. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Bro. We ain't in a weak economy. Come on, bro. Okay. I'm going to get into this. Let me see if there's any crazy insider stuff. Oh, yuck. Crude oil's down a little bit. Natural gas is up. Again. Gold up. Dow up. Futures are up. Let's see. What's this article? Yeah, 4,200. We'll include this in the newsletter as well. We'll copy this and we'll put that over there. Okay. You can find so much stuff. Wiped out. Is ELF getting whacked? Let's see. I think here's the thing that you have to know. I think all of consumer discretionary is getting whacked, and ELF is just one of those that. I mean, shit. That puts this gap down to 87 in the target since it's 2 earnings ago. And the MACD's crossing down. The algorithm just got you out, Scott. So I think you have TrendSpider. Yo, D-Man. LIC, is that a lithium play? Yeah, Lithium America. Doesn't have the split there. Maybe it hasn't split out completely yet. But ELF from and this is the thing you have to realize. ELF is getting whacked just because it ran so much. If you look at a weekly on ELF, I mean, they're kind of new. Well, not really new, it looks like. But the brand just really took off this year, 25. So, and over here in FinViz, let's look up Seeking Alpha, see what Seeking Alpha says about ELF. $5 billion market cap, up 79% year to date. It's 165% above its 52-week low. It's 30% below its 52-week high. Average target price is still 148. Most recent September, 138. Let me look at Seeking Alpha. Let's go to Seeking Alpha and we'll put in ELF. Yo, D-Man. Yo, yo. Yo, yo. ELF. I used the name Yo-Yo on several social media burner accounts. SA Analytics, buy. Wall Street, buy. The quant says hold. Let's look at an article. Yeah, this guy said from September 5th, he says hold. This guy's strong buy. The company has experienced impressive growth. I am Bill Gunderson, CEO and market strategist at Gunderson. Out of a total of 552 mutual funds in my database, my proprietary ranking is based on a blend. For instance, knowing something about the story that underlies the number is vital. ELF was formed in 2004, did not go public until 2016. Went public at $25 per share. 100% cruelty-free. This is a good article. Scott, I think you can read that. If you can't because of the premium thing, let me know. And don't tell anybody, but I'll send you the text. But it's interesting. I mean, chart overview. The company is expected to generate $2.46 per share this year and $2.73 per share next year, which is good. It's 20% growth per year over the next 5 years. Yeah, I come up with a 5-year price target of $252.88. Stock is currently trading at 138. In fact, it's even down from there. It's at 100. So, I asked my wife of 23 years who knows a thing or two about makeup. You should see her drawers boxes for adding up to more fishing paraphernalia. Dude, Joe, this dude's a fisherman too. Yeah, he says it's one of his favorite small caps. So, is there a like button on this or something? I don't even know. Yeah, let's hit like. Let's see what 9 comments. Looks pretty terrible technically. Stock is dropping much faster than the overall market. I agree. Down 29% from highs with more downside likely due to general market conditions. Very nice overall chart, but caution is warranted. True. Based on recent positive momentum and channel build, ALF is driving strong organic growth. Contributions from skincare category and international growth may provide support, better management control. You and Kramer, buyers are holding their heads. Yeah, Kramer, I think in September did say ALF is a great one. I think the risks aren't necessarily about an economic slowdown. ALF is mass appealing due to being very inexpensive compared to prestige brands. That's true. The bigger risk would be overseas due to having their entire product line being manufactured in China. Ooh, I didn't know that. Recent gains melting away. Broke 50-day moving average, which could bring additional pressure. 13 months straight above the upper Bollinger Band and the monthly RSI. Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm in Ulta. So if we want to, let's go back to ELF and charting. And I'm still in Ulta. I still think Ulta, you're just getting killed with the select symbols. We'll go Ulta. And 3 year. I mean, look at ELF, 3 year. Now, you go 5 day. ELF is down 11%. Ulta is down 2%. You go 1 month. ELF is down 22%. And it's just because of the run that it's been on. You go 6 month, and it starts to get closer. ELF is up 18%. Ulta is down 28%. Year to date, ELF is up 79%. I mean, the difference between the two is incredible. Depends on the website. D-Man. I mean, they're not classified differently. If you go to like FinViz and you go to the home screen and you go here in the heat map, my belief is that this corresponds with the spider sectors. But it's just like ETFs. You can have an ETF from Fidelity that tracks the it'll say it tracks the top 50 stocks in the S&P. What's the top 50? Is it by market cap? Is it by shares, outstanding shares? Is it by gains? It's different websites. Again, it's kind of like you don't have to be careful. I think websites have the best interest at heart, but put it this way: the technology sector, if a website doesn't include Apple, Microsoft, and Nvidia in their technology sector, don't listen to the website. But there is a difference sometimes depending on what they're actually looking. And my suggestion is pick one website that you like and stick with it. Yeah, Christian, that's exactly what I'm doing. I mean, I got, what, $200,000-$300,000 in cash right now, just sitting on the sidelines. I've been buying small little stuff. Mostly what I've been doing is trimming. And I mean, look at the market's just opened up and shit's just, it's going down again. We open up and it's going down. So I'm going to get started on this podcast. Okay, I'm going to close this Elf Beauty one. I got all this stuff. If you guys want me, yeah, it's just the website, D-man. It's kind of like, Fox News and CNN. I mean, why is the news different on Fox News versus CNN? When they classify stocks, they determine, okay, we're going to classify them this way. So there's no hard and fast rule. The S&P 500, that's 500 stocks. That particularly is a fact. The dissection of the S&P 500, you can go to Standard & Poor's to see their own dissection. And most websites should stick to that. FinViz, I believe, does stick to that. But other websites, yeah, they may classify it differently. Okay, let me hit record. Good morning. Wednesday, October 4th. I hope you enjoyed the new AI theme song of the podcast. I was rocking out to it yesterday. I wrote 3 other AI songs yesterday. In fact, myself and my friend, whose son is a songwriter, a Japanese / American English hip-hop artist, writer. And we put lyrics that he wrote into the AI. It wrote a beat. It got the melody, everything. So I'm more and more impressed by AI the more I play with it. I've been starting to use it for video things, so I'm going to try and do that. But I'll have an AI video actually out on YouTube just because I think it's kind of cool. I think you should see the tools that you can have, and I'll put out some a couple of guys and newsletters that I actually follow on AI. I like it. Just alert to you, the Illuminati. We all got together yesterday. If you didn't know, a bunch of rich folks are the Illuminati. I think we're called the Deep State. If you want to know the truth, we all decided that at 2:20 today, at 2:20 Eastern Time, your phone is going to ring. There will be a national alert. We're just going to leave it at that. You'll get more information. But at 2:20 today, your phone will ring. Just understand that. Yeah, it'll ring. So let's look at SPY. I'll leave you with that information. Let's look at SPY. We lost confirmation. It's below that 9-day. The reason we lost the confirmation is bond rates. I mean, 100% bond rates. I am not an expert in bonds. If you want an expert in bonds, you've come to the wrong place. The one thing I do know is that as rates, as bond yields go up, the actual price of the asset goes down. And that's part of the reason for this is there's just too much supply. You got the U.S. Treasury that said, hey, we're going to issue bonds, and they're issuing bonds for the debt. You've got the Fed, who is trying to tighten, but constantly has bank failures and is constantly issuing new bonds. You've got 2% bonds that are out there that want to buy 5%, and the Fed's swapping those. So you've got a supply-demand issue with bonds. Yields are going up. If you look at the 10-year, you might get to 5%. That's what everybody's talking about. Expect a choppy market. I included this article in the newsletter. As storm clouds appear, what is the title? As storm clouds appear, gather over bond market. Watch this level on the S&P, and the author points out 4,200. And the reason for 4,200, S&P no longer would boast a 20% gain from the October 2022 lows, and the S&P closing at 29.95 on Tuesday with 1.37% drop. So you're at 422 on SPY, which means, 420 on SPY. So watch that level on the bond market. It is key. It's going to be key. Seeking Alpha, I told you I love my pre-market digest. It notified me. I think this was the day before, but it notified me. I'll put up in the newsletter. SMCI, Palantir, and Shopify were the big ones that were down. So SMCI, I've kind of pounded the table on this one, and I will continue to pound the table on this one. It was way up, so it needed a pullback. Probably didn't need a 10% pullback, but you're just above the 9-day. So you still have some confirmation there. If we just zoom in a little bit, you can see that afternoon candle lost confirmation, but we gained it back. We're up, 2% right now, 275 is where you're trading at. I do think that this gap comes into play. Palantir, I've said it before. I think this is a $25 stock. There was a $25 million contract or $125 million contract, something like that was signed. I don't know the details about it. I like this one. I will be putting this one into the core portfolio at some point in time. I'm going to alter that one this week. I keep threatening, but I just hate to do it during a down week because I want to sell those stocks at an up week. But we'll see what happens. Palantir has confirmation. You're still in at this 15.14 buy. Right now, you're up 4%. You're at 15.53. I mean, if you can get this under 15, buy it. Continue to buy it. And Shopify. Finally, Shopify. I love Shopify. In fact, talk to any small business owner who wants to start up their website. Yeah, Shopify. I mean, Shopify is the easiest way to do it. So those three were the largest that were down in the core portfolio yesterday. I see no reason not to buy these. There are two stocks that in particular I love right now. The first is Boeing. Boeing has the fuselage problem. They have nothing but problems. You have a cross up today, 188.92. It is one of the few stocks, I think we have 5 total with a cross up. I love this stock. I don't think that you need to wait for the confirmation above the 9-day for this one. I think you can add into this one slowly. Their earnings are coming up October 24th, so in a couple of weeks, not too long. That MACD is way, way down. The RSI is way, way down. Doesn't mean you don't have a lower price to go, but it's starting to turn around. You just had this death cross of the 50-day under the 200-day, but that typically, if we go back and we look at the weekly, look at the long term of this one, because you've got a negative 200-day and you're just going below the 200-day, but you're about to get a golden cross on the weekly. So in fact, you just had it 2 weeks ago. So I would take this opportunity while it's under the 200-day, the MACD is going down. I would take this opportunity to add to it if you haven't had it. And Netflix, the other one that I like, part of the reason is, and we'll go over this, I'll just show it to you right now. Netflix, we'll take this out. I was showing yesterday, remove all annotations. That's the cross up, the breakthrough. I had an alert on that one. It's hanging around the 9-day. So it doesn't totally have confirmation, but you're capitulating here. You had your death cross right here. But part of the reason why I like Netflix, they said they will realize their revenue from the password crackdown in this quarter. So expect a big quarter when they report earnings. The other thing is there's rumors yesterday, the Wall Street Journal reported that they're going to raise the price when the actors' strike ends. More revenue. These guys have pricing power. So even though it's gone through a crazy year, we can go back to FinViz and we can look at Netflix. And here we go. Netflix year to date, up 27%. You're 22% below your 52-week high of 485. You are 77% above your 52-week low of 211. So, you've got plenty of float. It's not shorted by a large amount. I just believe while you're in a downward trend, I think you add to this one. I don't think that the PE is crazy. Forward PE of 24. But if they grow the way they've said, with some cash flow and a price increase, I think you're fine on this one. But those are the two stocks that I really like in this market is Boeing and Netflix. There were some rumors, and again, like I said, the Illuminati got together yesterday, and we all kind of had a meeting. Schwab. Rumors about Schwab having long-term debt at such low rates and huge write-offs. The entire financial sector is at danger of this. Bonds are ruling the market. So essentially what's happening, even though you have these long-term bonds, the 2-year note right now is at 5.092. If the 10-year gets up to 5%, you've got these bond rates that are higher. And when bond rates go higher, the actual cost of the bond goes down. So you've got banks having to write off a ton of bad debt. And the Fed is going to pick up that bad debt. So the rumor is Schwab is continuing to go down just based on that rumor. And if we look at Schwab on the 4-hour algorithm, and I'm going to pull this one back because we've got to go back and we've got to look at March, because March was the beginning of the Silicon Valley Bank crisis. And so if we just look at Schwab, how it was trading, this was a $80 stock prior to the March. So an $80 stock, it pulls down here to about 48. You could get down to that 48. I would be looking at that 48 level. This was the worst of the banking crisis when it got down to 48. So if we go and we look at Schwab on Netflix, let's take a look at this one. Remember how I said the banking sector of Schwab is $2 billion of their total market cap. Their market cap is $90 billion. So they're making $6 billion. So if you completely wipe out and say that the entire banking, and again, they're integrating TD Ameritrade into this. The part of the rumor is that when they integrate TD Ameritrade, they're seeing huge outflows of customers from their platform. The TD Ameritrade people are leaving. And my assumption is they're going to Fidelity. So if you want to buy Fidelity, that's where my assumption is. I haven't talked to anybody. I don't know anything about that. But these guys are down 38% year to date. They are 40% off their 52-week high of 86, 14% above their 52-week low of 45. Again, I don't know 100% about what's happening. UBS upgraded and reiterated a buy back in July. JMP Securities, their average target price is 73. So there's something going on with this, with the financial sector. It's not just Schwab. But again, at the Illuminati meeting yesterday, we discussed this. You can see the buyers were all buying in the 60s and the 53s up there. There was another buy right here. It was only $50,000, but it was a buy at $60. So you've got people within the bank willing to put up their own money. And you can see the CEO bought $3 million. The director bought $2 million worth. These dudes are all buying. So I don't think that you have a significant problem with the core bank and the core business. I do think that you have a problem with A, TD Ameritrade, and B, just the banking sector of that. So take a look at that one. Now, another opportunity that I saw, and I saw another trader who kind of outlined this one, and I think it was on TV. So I only took notes. There are 30 stocks in the XLU. This is the utility sector, and the utility sector over the last week has just been a disaster. I mean, an outright disaster. It's been. The reason is most of these stocks pay like 2, 3, 4%. Why would you buy a stock that's a utility that pays you as much as a bond? Whereas a bond is going to pay you that. You have that cash. It's not tied up in a business per se. Maybe you can get it tax free. So the XLU has been a horror show. Majority of these are oversold. Of the 30 stocks are oversold. Looks like it might come back. Now, short term, here's the thing. It's down 0.04 today. So this is a short-term trade. This is not something to buy and hold. You can see the MACD here starting to turn over. The RSI has gone from 14 up to 24. You're still in oversold territory. The volume of this is rising, and it's green. So you've gone from 54 to 56. XLU, probably not a bad pickup to go to 60. And the reason I say 60 is that's a consolidation area. And if we just go to a weekly here, you can see right back here after COVID, you're looking at about $60. That's where there's multiple areas of this one kind of consolidating at 60. You've broken through that and you're at 56 right now. Kind of makes sense. Look at that MACD. I mean, what happened with the XLU when you were back here in the doldrums of COVID when the world was shutting down? The low was 43. You're at 56. You know, the high, the open March 16th during the worst week was 52. So I think 60 is where you're looking to put this one. I would have a fairly good stop loss on this. I wouldn't hold this if it got down to past 54, but I think if you buy at 56 and hope that it goes to 60 with that hope and just stop loss it at 54, I think that's a good enough trade because this one has just been beaten down too much. Just beaten down too much. UNH, we talk about, safety and how healthcare is safety. If we look at a weekly on this one, and I'll wait, again, this was a buy at 486, under 500, I've been saying, trade this one under 500. If we go to a weekly, this one had a golden cross back in 2019. And I think it was on, it was a golden cross on 2000, might not be a weekly. It's on the daily. And now we have a golden cross on the daily. That's what it was. So if we just look at a daily on this, let's see, can I get back to 2019 on a daily on TrendSpider to see that golden cross? Because it was about this, let's see. Yeah. Let's see if I can pull this back. 2019, there we go. Will it pull back? It was the start of all of this run from 2019. You can see the 50-day is constantly just over the top of the 200-day. And then on the daily, back here in 2023, in January of 2023, you had the death cross. And you've just gotten a golden cross again. This one could be going on a second leg. And this is on a daily. 515 right now is a resistance level. We're seeing higher lows for the near term. It takes 7% to get back to the $550 all-time high. So 7% back to the all-time high. I think this one's a good one to buy at 509. I know I say buy it under 500, but this one is in solid confirmation territory with that golden cross. And the last golden cross that we saw was 2019, and that lasted all the way till January 2023. So this is a solid play. Yes, it's expensive. Understand, this one has high multiples for a healthcare company. 22 on the PE, 18 on the forward earnings. Year to date, it's down 3%. Healthcare has not performed this year at all. But under 500 and over 500, I think that strategy has worked. Your target price, 570. So I like that one. The other one that a trader brought up is PanW. Hold on one second. No. Go. No. Who's out there? Sorry, I have to yell at the dog. PanW. PanW is trading near all-time highs. This one is on sale because I say it's a $250 stock. The cross-up was at 235.23 a couple of days ago. Weekly chart has a bull flag on it. 225 is its support level. This is the best-in-class cybersecurity. They have beaten earnings 10 out of the last 11 times. They report November 16th. So while that MACD is down low, I think you can buy this one. I think this is a long-term buy. This wouldn't be one that I'm trading, but this is a long-term buy. So there's three trading opportunities for you: XLU, UNH, and PanW that I found. Now the next one, Meta. I talk about Meta all the time. I think Meta at its current PE is crazy cheap with the revenue growth that they have. Here's the killer. They're laying off more people. And you know where they're laying them off? In the metaverse. So the metaverse portion, which is the problem that they have, Meta spends too much money on the metaverse. So what are they going to do? They're just going to make money. Look at the buy ratings. Seeking Alpha Analyst, buy. Wall Street, strong buy. Quant, strong buy. So Meta around 300, I think you can absolutely 100% pull the trigger on that one. Let's pull up the chart on this so we can see it. But I like the fact that, and I'll include the article in the newsletter, but the fact that they're laying people off in the metaverse, I think that provides you an opportunity. The buy here was at 307. You're at 301. I think you'll be able to get it at some point in time this week under 300. But you know what? If you're buying, say you're buying 10 shares, so you're using $3,000. The difference between 307 and 300, $70. It's $70. Buy it. It's at $300.78. So when I say 307, you can buy it today. You're saving $70. But don't wait for it to go under 200 because 78 cents is like $7. So, but I think you can buy it at 300. I like the fact that they are laying people off. We talked about Netflix. This is a great article on chips, NVIDIA, AMD, and Qualcomm. I will point out 3 quotes in this article. China demand remains weak, but does not appear to be getting meaningfully weaker. While we are seeing pockets of recovery within the PC and smartphone sectors, and remember, Qualcomm is the beneficiary of PC and smartphone markets. For NVIDIA, the analysts raised their price target to $750, noting that even though supply is tight, there's still opportunity for upside. For AMD, which the firm has an overweight rating and a $160 price target, the analyst said the initial response to M1300X has been very positive. That's their new AI chip, especially on the hardware, though there have been some software issues. So this article, great article on chips. If you want to look at it, the 3 chips, NVIDIA is in our core portfolio. This is one that's playing around with that 200-day, just kind of sitting out there. They've talked about this one being, overpriced. It is. I think they continue to kill it. I think this is a $500 stock again. At the time of their next earnings, November 21st. I think that's where you're buying at 437. I just think they're going to continue to kill it. So you look at that one. AMD, this one I own personally. It is now currently at $100.84. Under $100, it's an absolute steal. Get AMD for this one. Qualcomm, I like this one. They said the rush of AMD said the rush of Android smartphone activity is positive and should provide support to the second half estimates. 110, I think it's $120 stock if you want to buy this one. I question whether we get up past this full gap. I think you'll get up to the 200-day, which is about 114. So if you buy it at 110, I think you absolutely get to 114 with some good news on this one. So I like that one. That article was interesting as well. Oil. Let's go into oils before we go into Tesla. BOIL. We'll go into natural gas first. I brought up a couple of natural gas companies yesterday. BOIL, still not a cross up. Well, you had a cross up here. I'm sorry, September 27th at 53. You're at 58. There's your 10%. There's your 10%. I would say once you lose confirmation, don't be greedy. BOIL has turned. We might be going into a cold winter. Cold winter would be good for BOIL. KOLD is the other side of this. Oil. OPEC met. They kept their production cuts in place. So oil, if you believe that oil is going up, oil right now, let's go back to FinViz and let's look at oil. I think it's $83, $86. $86. If you think this is going to 100 like other people think, then UCO is your play. UCO is down 5% today. This is a triple levered crude oil futures ETF. UCO is your play. You can see UCO, it's getting killed for the last few days. Got you out with a 13% gain. I would say once you have some type of confirmation that oil or you reach some levels of support, like $30, you're at $32 right now. I think if you reach $30, I think you load up on that one. But SCO right now is the play. SCO is up, should be up, 5.5%. And this one, we had a buy right here. Let me say, 16.15, and you're at 17.98. So you're going to hit 18, and you have all the confirmation in the world. So You have confirmation on SCO. Again, the price of oil is continuing to go up. It's going down right now, but I think long term everybody expects it to go up. So what do you invest in oil if you want just a company? PXD. I like PXD here. I think anything under 220 is a gift. You're under your 200-day again. This one, I believe, when they report earnings on October 26th after the bell, I think you absolutely 100% get another special dividend. I think they've made enough money off the price of oil. I think they've lowered their production cost, and I think you get a special dividend. Oxy, it's under its 200-day. I say buy this under 60, sell this over 60. It is now at $60.50. You can absolutely buy this one. I think Warren Buffett was buying at about 62, 63, somewhere around there. And then Devon. I can't explain why Devon is down constantly over and over more than the oil and gas. But I think they have a good quarter. This quarter, they've talked about, it was a one bad quarter last quarter, 118 in earnings. I think they kill it. And I think they kill it because the price of oil and natural gas is going up. And I think they kill it on that one. So I think those three names, and if you want to play the actual commodities, UCO, SCO, BOIL, KOLD. Tesla. Tesla announced a new Model Y, and it's a rear. So if you don't know electric cars, sometimes they have dual motors, which means the front axle has a motor and the back axle has a motor. I think there's some, like Rivian, I think actually has a quad motor system where they have a motor on each wheel. But Tesla has been selling the Model Y here in this country with only the dual motor, the front and the back. They just released a new Model Y that is just rear wheel. And that's, typically what cars are cheaper. So what did they do? They lowered the price. It went down to $43,000. So with subsidies, you can get this car for about $31,000 in certain states, like California. You can absolutely get a brand new Model Y for $31,000. That is crazy. And you know what else is going on? The UAW is striking. So they're going to slow down production. Tesla is going to increase production. Tesla is going to lower the price of their cars. So that actually winds up being less than an internal combustion engine car. So I like Tesla here at 250, 252. I like it here. It's been capitulating around this price for quite a while, but the 50-day and the 200 are still moving positive. Still moving positive. Okay, scans. We talked about Boeing. Boeing was the first one, 189, I think. You can look at that one. Hibbs. This is the triple levered short of the S&P 500. Now, this is I've traded this one before. It just had a reverse split, 10-1. It crossed up here at 40. You're at 50 right now. If you bought this earlier in September 7th at $40, kudos to you. If you had my algorithm and you said, you know what? I think the S&P is going to continue to go down. I'm going to buy Hibbs, and I'm going to trade it. You're up 20%, 25, 30%. I don't exactly know what it is, but kudos to you. The MACD is up there. The RSI is up there. The reason this one gets another entry on the scan is because the MACD has crossed up again, which typically means you go for another ride. So you can see here, it took another second leg up. And it went way back here in April. It went from 50 to 60. So Hibbs was one. Another one that had a recent cross up. And this one, I think it had a cross up a couple of days ago, even yesterday. But it's Visa. And it's because the MACD is just getting crossed there. 230.47. You're at 229 right now. It's a little bit expensive in my mind. But for a best-in-class credit card that's moving into some electronic features, I like that one. Micron. MU is the next one. This is another chip company. I like Qualcomm, I like AMD, and I like NVIDIA. Those are the three that I actually like. I don't have AMD in the core portfolio. I do personally own AMD. I have Qualcomm and NVIDIA in the core portfolio. MU, 68.17. And then a mainstay that has been beaten down. It's a railroad. Union Pacific. This is in the S&P 500, so it got crossed up on that one. This one has been on a slide. You don't have confirmation yet. Again, I would probably wait for confirmation on this one, but it is at 203.88, and you're close to a death cross, so be careful of this one. So there is your the podcast. And if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, sign up for the newsletter. It's completely free. dailystockpick.substack.com. If I mention any links in here that you want to see, Linktree, linktr.ee/dailystockpick. This has our private Facebook group. It has my Twitter. It has my Instagram. Has YouTube. Has Twitch. Has Substack. Spotify. Has Apple Podcasts. It has a way for you to tip me if you want, a way to email me. TrendSpider, get my 4-hour algorithm on TrendSpider. Sign up for a free trial. Seeking Alpha, I do use a lot of Seeking Alpha links in here. I'm loving Seeking Alpha, by the way. Webull, if you have Robinhood, go to Webull. Get Webull. You get free stocks when you deposit as little as $3. Visible, if you're paying anything more than $25 per month for your phone service, Visible, that link right here, get Visible. It's so easy to import your, just transfer your number over. I did it. I use Visible. I love it. Absolutely love it. This link gets you $20 off your first month. So your first month is $5. Now, if you're getting a Tesla, if you're buying that new Model Y, click here. You get $500 additional off and 3 months of full self-driving. So I think that's a $12,000 package, full self-driving. You get 3 months of that for free, so you can try it, see if you like it. Personally, I'm not a fan of the city driving. I am a fan of the highway driving. The highway driving, unbelievable. By the way, Meta is under $300, so you can get that one now. If you want to follow my trade, Savvy Trader, I have 2 portfolios. There's a core portfolio and there's a trading portfolio. The core portfolio I will update. The trading portfolio is where I trade. I don't trade much. And again, I'm patient in this market. I bought Uber, I think, last week. I think that was one of my buys. I think I trimmed some Apple, but I don't put all my trades in there. This is just ones that I think, that I'm confident we should all be in. And when I say confident, I've been losing 7.96% over the last 30 days. So I haven't done really well. But they're small buys. No big deal. I size in appropriately. So if you have any questions, go to the link tree, hit me up. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care. Enjoy the new AI song that is the outro. The full song's at the end. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay. D-Man. I go back to the news story. Tell me which websites are different. I mean, show me which websites are different. They constantly, websites are famous for this. They put their own bias. And so, we talked about this. Like, for instance, Seeking Alpha. Seeking Alpha, when you go to a stock, let's go to Coke. God, I hate how slow Chrome is compared to Safari. Go to Coke, and we'll go to the dividend. This is a fact. Dividend, 3.35. You go to FinViz, and let's go to Coke, and the dividend is 3.23. We talked about it. That's just a dividend. So it should be the same, but it's calculated differently. So they're just calculating stuff differently. That's it. I don't think there's anything askew. But if you're finding a website that isn't giving you what you feel is correct information, change websites. So, I think that Seeking Alpha gives me a good amount of different data from FinViz, so I use both. And I've gotten used to FinViz. Again, when you have tools and you get used to them, it's hard to switch. But I do like what Seeking Alpha gives me. And we talked about this being the forward. It's the aggregate. So 5-year growth rate, they've grown the dividend by 3.4%. Dividend growth, but for 60 years. Last announced dividend, 46 cents. So, but yeah, I don't think there's a website out there that's if you're talking a website like Zacks or one of these fuckers that constantly posts crazy shit like Insider Monkey, I'd call into question that kind of stuff. Zacks is a paid service. If you're calling into question something like Motley Fool, Motley Fool has a, I think they kind of do things differently, if I'm not mistaken. You know, there's websites that are out there, like if you're looking at, you know, Yahoo versus Finviz. Well, Yahoo Finance may categorize things differently than Google Finance. Just a matter of, I don't think that there's anything wrong. I think they're just categorizing things differently. But if you want to look at the S&P sectors, just Google it. And you know where you can go? Get through your sponsored list. And I would look for the S&P Global right here. SB Global. That's where you can go. I mean, just go right to the source. So if you want to know the S&P sectors, there's the indices, small cap. I would go and look at the S&P website. But I like the way Finviz presents it on their homepage. I have been with that. The spider sectors are different. The spider sectors are set up ETFs. And they are set up, and you can find differences. I think there's iShares. iShares has different sectors. You know, Spider has different sectors. Fidelity has different sectors. So even within, like, you know, if I go over here to the levered ETFs, if you've got TrendSpider D-Man, the levered ETFs, you know, UPRO is a S&P 500 Ultra Pro. SPXL is a triple level S&P 500. They may have different weightings of stuff. Like, look, UPRO is down 0.05. SPXL is down 0.0. Well, it's just updated 0.05. It's now down 0.01, where UPRO is down 0.1. So they don't trade in line, so they're not exactly the same. But, okay, let me go grab my computer. I don't know why you're bugging me, Penny. Okay. Who's got a question? Oh, I still have. By the way, here's a. You might go way away, away, away. So no me only to me is que tú. Hana le quiero ama need you. Kokoro bawa. Ti kono am. Shouldn't go way away. Away. Nihon kara London to Tokyo. Kimi to boku yo itsu no hero. Every time I see you, I just lose control. Going on that lollipop, I'm sure. 世界中で一つだけ君への愛探し続け言葉よりも深く伝えたいこの気持ちが始まるストーリー That's pretty cool AI to come up with. I think it's 2 verses and a chorus. And that was just hip hop. Okay. Let me toss this over. Share. airdrop. Do. Oh boy. Do. Come on, waiting? Why is it waiting? Do I have to put this up here? Okay, waiting. Stage manager. Come on. Sending. Downloads. There we go. It says sent, but it hasn't been received. Received a video. Instagram. Okay, I guess that's. Let me see. Info. It's 620 megabytes. Huh. Okay. I'll take it. We're going to move that to the trash. We're going to move this to the trash. And I am going to go work on the newsletter. I'm going to go work on this stuff. So I will talk to you guys.